Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video we'll be sewing this square neck crop top with basque waistline that you can see on your screen. So in my last video we drafted out the pattern for this top, and in this video we are going to be sewing. So if you've not seen the tutorial, I'm going to leave the link in the comment section, so go ahead and watch it before you come join us on this particular video. So I'm going to place my pattern on my fabric and I'm going to cut. So like I said in the pattern drafting video, I'll be using this same pattern to cut my back piece. So if you don't want this princess dart for your back, you can go ahead and draft your normal basic back pattern with that. After cutting, I'm going to use the same pattern to cut out the back piece. So make sure you add at least 0.5 inch seam allowance all the way around on your fabric. So after cutting, this is what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my pattern papers and I'll start joining. So this is the center front. The center front should be on fold, and I have two pieces for this. One is going to serve as my lining. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and open it for you guys to see. So I have two pieces for this, and one is the lining, one is for the main piece. So I'm going to bring in number 2 and I'm going to place it. So this is how it's going to look like, and then I'm going to place number 3. We are going to sew them back together the way we cut everything out. So I'm going to place number 2 on number 1, right sides facing each other like this, and then I'll go ahead and pin. After doing that, I'll pin the other one also, and I'm going to bring in number 3. I'm also going to pin number 3 on number 2. So just look at what I'm doing carefully so you don't mix up your fabric. So exactly how it was on the pattern paper, that's how we are still going to pin together and we are going to sew. So I'll bring in my number 3. I'll place number 3 on number 2, right sides facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and pin. After pinning, I'll repeat this same process for my lining piece, and then I'll go ahead and sew. So guys, to cut out the back, I've already gone ahead to fold my fabric into 2. So I'm going to place my pattern paper on it, but before I do that, remember we went up by 3 inches to create our basque effect waistline. So I'm going to my back piece is going to stop at my waistline, which is 16 inches. So you see the area where we have that basque effect waistline, I'm not going to add it to the back, so the back is just going to be straight. So my back piece is going to stop at my waist, which is 16 inches. So I'm doing this because I want the back waistline and the front waistline to be the same. And please don't forget to add your zipper allowance to the center back. I forgot to do that, but thankfully my fabric is a bit stretchy, so please don't forget to add your zipper allowance of 1 inch or 1.5 inch. I'll go ahead and pin number 2 and number 3, and then I'll just go ahead and cut. So you can see that both number 1, 2, 3 stopped at my waistline. I did not extend it to the basque effect area, so I'm just going to cut out like this. So after cutting, guys, this is what I have. I'm going to go ahead and remove my pattern paper and I'll start pinning together. So for the back, I did not cut out a lining for it because I don't have enough fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and pin everything together just like we did for the front. I'm going to open up number 2 and I'm going to place it on number 1, place them on number 1, right sides facing each other. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pin it down. Then I'm going to bring in number 3. I'll place number 3 on number 2. I'll also pin down, and then I'll go ahead and sew. So guys, after sewing the back, this is what I have. You can see that the back is straight. There is no basque waistline, it's just straight. So, and this is the front. So what I'm going to do is to create my boning casing for the front. So there are different methods, different ways on how to create your boning casing, but I'm going to show you guys the one that I want to do for this tutorial. So this is a sewable boning. That's what I'm going to use. So before inserting your boning to your top, you are going to make sure that you go down by half an inch, so that you'll be able to join your fabric and your lining together. So I'll take half an inch on the base and I'll take half an inch on the chest area, and then I'll measure out the length of the boning that I'll be needing. I'm not going to extend the boning to the allowance that I already left to sew my lining to my fabric. I'm going to wrap my boning inside my bias tape. There is another method where you can just place your bias tape on your fabric and you run 2 straight stitch on it, but this boning is a bit wide, it's wider than this bias tape. That is why I want to do this particular method, because I don't have any fabric to create another bias to insert the boning. So I'm just going to wrap my boning inside my bias tape like this, and I'll go sew on a straight line to join the bias tape and the boning together. So guys, after doing that, this is what you should have. You can see that I've sewn the bias and the boning together. So what I'm going to do is to place the boning on my fabric. Before doing that, you are going to mark out where you want to create your boning, where you want to place your boning. You can do as many lines, you can create as many lines as you want. It totally depends on you, but for this tutorial I'm just going to make 3 lines. I'm going to sew on 3 lines. What I'll do is to place the boning on each line, and then I'll run 2 straight stitch on the boning. After doing that, guys, this is what I have. You can see what I have on the inside. You can see the 2 lines, and this is what it looks like on the outside. So guys, what you are going to do, you can see that is standing because of the boning. It's just to give it a good press and everything is going to lay down. But before I do that, I'm going to join my lining to the main fabric. So I sewed my lining the same way I sewed the main fabric, so I'm going to place them right sides on each other. I'm going to pin all the way around, and then I'm going to sew all the way around. I'll leave the armhole area, that is where I'm going to use to turn it inside out after sewing. I'm done sewing. What I'm going to do now is to notch all the way around. After notching, I'm going to turn it inside out through the armhole. Since I don't have lining piece for the back, I went ahead to pipe my neckline using my bias tape. What I'm going to do now is to split the back open so that I'll be able to attach my zipper. After cutting it open, I'll go ahead and fix my zipper. So guys, I'm done fixing my zipper, and this is what it looks like. Next thing I'm going to do is to join the back and the front together. So I'm going to place them right sides facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and join the shoulders. I'll pin and I'll go and sew. I don't want this top to be a sleeveless top. You know, when we drafted out the pattern, I said it's for a sleeveless top, but I want to attach a sleeves to mine. If you don't want to attach a sleeve, you can go ahead and sew your armhole area close, but if you want to, let's go ahead and draft out the sleeves. The length of the sleeves is 12 inches and the wideness is 27 inches. So I'll be making a puff sleeves, I'm going to gather the base of the sleeves on a band that I've already created. So the length of the band is 1 inch. I'm going to sew it with half an inch and I'll be left with half an inch. And the wideness is 12 inches, which is my round sleeves measurement plus 1 inch. I'm also going to gather or pleat the upper part of the sleeves on the armhole area of my top. So I'm going to open the armhole area like this, and then I'll pleat all the way around, and then I'll sew my band to the base. So guys, I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what I have. Yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is to shape the blouse. So I'm going to place my bust measurement and my waist measurement, and I'm going to head over to my sewing machine and I'll sew. So guys, after sewing, this is what I have. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a good press, and that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment if you have any question. I'll see you in the next one.